Thanks for tuning in to the Charles Novell School of Music podcast, The Best Day Yet. Here you'll find tips, insight, and information to help your music and your ministry succeed. Whether you're a singer, a musician, or a songwriter, we want to help you where you are, but we also want to help you get to where you want to go. We believe that our talents are God's gift to us, but what we do with those are our gift back to God. Yesterday's information is important, but what we can learn today will make this the best day yet. Hey everyone, Rob Novell here with the CNS podcast, The Best Day Yet. Excited to be here today. I love hosting this podcast. We a couple weeks ago officially started year number 2, and it's just so exciting what we get to do on a weekly basis with our podcast. It's just simply an extension of what we do at CNS. It just gives us a chance to offer tips and tricks, and not tricks, but tips and suggestions. That's what I'm trying to say, to help you with your music and your ministry. It's a place to find information musically for learning. We do ministry here. We have fun here. I love when we have guests in and we can just have fun and talk. There's absolutely nothing wrong with us as Christians having fun. In fact, I think we should operate within that. I think we have something inside of us when we accept Christ that there's nothing more joyous than having Christ in your heart. So why shouldn't we have fun and express joy and just exemplify what our Father created and put in us? And man, I'm so thankful for that grace that He extended. I know Rob, and so thankful that He did what He did for us, and then in return, we have the opportunity to get out and share and spread the gospel with a world that you all desperately needs to hear it. Hey, we're going to have a neat talk today. If you listened to last week's podcast, we had James Rainey and Shannon Newman, a couple of our CNS staff members, and we were specifically talking about a new project that James has coming out this coming, when you listen to this, we will be right in day number 3 of NQC23, the National Quartet Convention. So James's project will be released and out and available. We had a fun talk with that last week. We got to play a clip from it and got to hear that exciting project. I can't wait to get my hands on the rest of it. So today's episode, we're going to talk a little bit about what's going to happen at NQC next week. But before we do, I want to talk to you real quick about the next opportunity, the next session, the next event that we have coming up for the Charles Novell School of Music. And that is going to be a weekend session that we are having in Cincinnati, October 27th and 28th. That's a Friday night and a Saturday. We head out during the year, and we will do weekend regional sessions in different parts of the country. And what it is, it's a Friday night and then all day on Saturday training opportunity. And we go into a local church, and we will be in the Cincinnati area. We will be at McKelvey Road Baptist Church, which is located in Cincinnati, Ohio. And we'll be there on Friday night. We'll be there all day on Saturday. At these weekend sessions, we offer voice, we offer piano, songwriting, a unique twist on this the one coming up. Devin Ramon, we've done a couple podcasts with Devin. Devin is a social media manager, and we're going to be offering tips on social media for your ministry. These days, guys, it's vital. It's a platform. It's an opportunity there. In Nehemiah, it says that Ezra stood on a platform built for the occasion and preached the gospel. And social media has provided us a platform to use for our ministries and to extend our ministries, to accessorize, come beside our ministries. It's a great way of getting information out about different things that we do with our ministry. So we're going to be talking social media at that event as well. You can take private lessons over the weekend. Let's see what else. We with Devin being there, we're going to have a special opportunity with photo shoots. We've got a special package that we're going to be putting together for that weekend. So if you need new promo material, or even maybe you're getting ready to do a new project and you need some good professional photos, we are going to have Devin Ramon there, and he is just that, a professional photographer. He's going to be with us at NQC all next week, and is going to be has a lot of photo shoots set up with different artists and different ministries, and so he'll be there with us. Staff-wise, we're also going to have Corey Eisel with us. We are going to have Roy Webb. Brian Hudson will be in with us on Friday night. And we're just going to have a great weekend, potentially hoping James Rainey is with us that weekend as well. So again, if you are a vocalist, a musician, a songwriter, this is a great opportunity. And if you're anywhere close to Cincinnati, registration is open for that. You can find that information on our website, www.cnsmusic.com. You can click right off the homepage to go to that weekend event. There's more information there. The registration form is there. And there are local hotels. If you may be traveling in and need some information there, reach out to us. Again, you can email us info@cnsmusic.com, and we can answer those questions for you. All right. So I already told you we're going to be talking the National Quartet Convention today. This, you all, next to the week of CNS. This is absolutely my favorite week of the entire year. I have been attending the National Quartet Convention since I was a little child, a little lad, and have been through multiple cities. My memory is Nashville, and then Louisville, and now it's in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. And, you'll see different things on lines, different comments and different things about everybody kind of having a preference or a favorite as to where the convention has been held over the years. Man, I absolutely have loved it every place, every stop. Nashville was special to me because that was the first time that I got to take the stage and perform. And again, growing up in this school, guys like you all, heroes, J.D. Sumner's, James Blackwoods, Ben Spear, Brock Spear, Cecil Blackwood. Growing up, these guys were bar setters for Rob. They put it out there as to this little guy with a dream wanting to be part of a ministry in gospel music. They helped me chase that. And the school gave me the training. But when we would get to the convention, and Nashville, again, another reason Nashville was favorite for me. I have been enamored, or let me back up. Let me say it this way. I was enamored about buses. And when the convention was in Nashville, it was at Municipal Auditorium, and it was a round arena. And the buses would be parked outside all the way around the arena. And I would take multiple trips around that arena looking at all of the buses because that was part of the dream. I wanted to climb on one of those buses and just go use my talents for the Lord and make music traveling down the road, state to state on those buses. And that opportunity did come for me. And when I joined Perfect Heart, the convention was still happening there in Nashville. So the very first time I took the stage was with a group out of Cincinnati, a family group called the Weavers. And Scott Weaver, who has taught for us at the school over the years, his mom, Sonny, also taught for us at the school in the past. They had a great mixed family group, and I got to play with them, and they were on the Quartet Convention. The very first time I took the stage was with the Weavers, and that was in Nashville. That was a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Funny story from that. We don't have time to get into that, but if Scott if Scott's listening, he knows what the funny part about that particular night. But Perfect Heart, my first convention, my first time being there all week, and we were on multiple nights, and the exhibit areas was in the basement of the arena there, the Municipal Auditorium, and just such a special week. So different phases of the Quartet Convention for me. And I'm going to mention some highlights that kind of have happened through the years for me with the Quartet Convention. Definitely some of the special moments were there in Municipal when I took the stage with Perfect Heart for the first time. A funny story happened there. We the last night that we performed, Friday, I think it was Friday night of that particular year, which probably would have been 91, maybe 92, somewhere in there. We had a song out called I Hold a Clear Title. And it was a cover. It was a redo of a song the Goodmans had done. But we released it. Perfect Heart did, and it did very well. I mean, Mark Lanier, y'all, can sing anything. But when that song came along, I tell you what, it was almost like that song had been waiting for Mark Lanier. And so it was climbing the charts and doing really, really well. And we got finished with the song, standing ovation, and we encored it. We still had some time left, and we encored it. And about halfway through the encore, I was playing bass guitar for them at the time. My bass goes dead. And I'm looking down. I thought maybe I'd stepped on the cord and pulled it out, or I didn't know what had happened. And at that time, the stage was revolving, and it would spin. And stationary was the stage sound. The monitor crew were seated right there at a table right off of the stage. And when I did my troubleshooting and realized that it wasn't something on my end, I start looking for the sound people. Well, luck would have it, as we're spinning and turning, they're on the other side. So I had to wait until the stage got around to them. And by that point, they realized the bass had dropped, and they're trying to find it. And I'm looking at them, they're looking at me, and everybody's just kind of throwing their hands up. And so, y'all, I don't like the phrase "fake it till you make it," and I think I've probably mentioned that on here before. That's just not a good phrase. Don't use that phrase around Rob Novell. I believe in doing your best and not faking it till you make it. But at that point, y'all, I just smiled and I kept playing, and hey, don't let them see you sweat. And so we finished the song, got another standing ovation. We're walking off the stage, and the stage was right in the middle of the arena, so you had to walk through the crowd to get back to the backstage area. And as I'm walking, this guy stops me, and he said, "Robbie, that lick you played halfway through that encore was one of the coolest things I'd ever heard." I'm thinking to myself, well, I wasn't playing. I looked at him, hey, I guess I was still in the fake it till you make it mode. I just smiled at him and said, well, thank you, and walked off. So that's a highlight for me over the years. But then we moved to Louisville, and I loved Louisville. I just thought the setup was great there. The arena was fantastic. The exhibition area, you all, was just kind of ridiculous. It was so big. And anybody remember the trout sandwiches? Those sandwiches were pretty good. The food was always good at the food court. So special years there in Louisville, and really enjoyed being there. And I left Perfect Heart and was gone. I didn't go to convention for a couple of years. We had started our studio, Dad and I, Counterpoint Recording, and so we went back in 97, and we had a booth, and I hadn't seen Perfect Heart since I had left in 95, and Jeff came up to me. They were without a bass player. He needed a bass player to set in, and he asked me to play bass with him that night, and he turned around and walked off. He said, hey, we take the stage at 7:58. You need to be backstage at 7:30, and he turns around and walks off. And I'm like, whoa, Jeff, I don't have a bass. I wasn't planning on playing. So all my, I left my bases in Cincinnati. I don't have anything. And he stuck his arms out as wide as he could, and he spun around in a full circle, 360 degrees. And he stopped and looked me square in the eyes. He said, on my count, there's at least 12 people under this roof that owe you a favor. Find a bass guitar and meet me backstage at 7:30. So I did. I went to Scott Fowler. He was still with the Cathedrals, and I said, Scott, could I borrow your bass? He let me borrow his bass that night, and got to sit in and play with the guys again, and that was a lot of fun that night. And then, why the convention was still there in Louisville, Perfect Heart had stopped by the end of the 90s, and Integrity formed. Jeff and Eric Bennett and David Sutton were with the Kingdom Heirs, and they left and started a group called Integrity. And they were contacted by Integrity Music, and they didn't like them using that name. So Integrity held a contest through the Singing News, and they asked the fans to rename their group. And the name that was settled on was Triumphant Quartet. And so Jeff was there with Eric and David and Clayton and Scotty. And I had the opportunity 3 or 4 years there at Louisville to set in and play bass with Triumphant. And those were special memories and just special nights and just fun time making music with Jeff and the guys. The Triumphant, y'all, they are the best of the best. So that's exciting. But two things happened also in the Louisville years. I remember the Tony brothers had recorded, we did several recordings for them. And it was neat to sit in Freedom Hall and listen to a group performing on main stage that were using tracks that Dad and I had produced for them at Counterpoint Recording. So that was another highlight there. And then just other groups that we helped with recording were part of those years there in Louisville, and just an exciting time. It was always fun. And then life would have it, moved Rob and Jen and our kids to Atlanta, Georgia from Cincinnati, transplanted this Yankee. I spent 35 years saying two things: I'll never do church work and I'll never live in the South. So here's the lesson learned after 18 years. Don't tell God what you're going to do, because he has a sense of humor and he's liable to do the opposite of what you're telling him. So we get moved to Atlanta and we start ministry in Atlanta, and the convention moved to Pigeon Forge. And at first, I didn't know what I thought of that. And actually, even some of the times I sat in with Triumphant in Louisville, I was living in Atlanta, and Atlanta to Louisville is a good little drive. And when it moved to Pigeon Forge, I got super excited, because that's only like 3 hours away, just kind of up through Gainesville, Cherokee, over the mountain, and bam, you're there in Gatlinburg, and then on down into Pigeon Forge. So I got excited because geographically it was closer, and I had the opportunity to set in again with Triumphant there, and then to set in with the Nealons, and also Deborah Perry and Jaden's Call. I got to be on main stage there with them. So Pigeon Forge just kind of kept creating memories and special moments for Rob and for what God has called me to do. And so kind of 2 seasons there that we've talked about. The first being as a kid and my parents taking us, and the music school having us be there, and different things. I was that kid walking around with a dream. And man, by the early 90s, God saw fit to bring that dream into focus and changed it from a dream to a vision and a call. And it's been an honor over the years to be able to perform during NQC and minister to the people that are there. And now it's live streaming, and the convention, as you're walking in, you hear over the loudspeakers, it's the phrases, NQC is the granddaddy of them all. there are conventions, there's different things, there's different things all year long. None of them stack up and compare to what happens at the National Quartet Convention. So 2 seasons there. This season, I tell you what, I'm really excited about where God has Rob these days, because I've shared with so many people over the last couple years. The opportunity, I go out, I evangelize, I get to minister to people, but where God is taking CNS and what has happened over the last several years, what's really exciting to me is to go to these events and watch our people, watch our students, watch people now that they're in that dream mode, or they're taking main stage. And it's just exciting, and kind of in this season, to be more the cheerleader and be more the guy saying, you know what, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of what God has done in your life. I'm proud of what God's done in your music. Excited about the call he's placed on your life, and look what he's doing. Look what he's doing. So this season is different, and it's probably, even for me, more fun than maybe the other seasons that we've briefly already talked about. So a lot is going to happen at NQC23. This is a neat one for us. We're going to have 12 CNS staff members present during the week. We're going to have staff members taking main stage. We're going to have staff members part of the artist showcase that happen each morning. It's just going to be an exciting time. We have a lot of students that I've already heard from that are going to be with us. So it's just a chance for us to visit and fellowship with our CNS family. But man, there's this thing called the gospel music family. And what I love about convention, my biggest thing about going to the convention, literally my closest friends are going to be under one roof for the entire week. So I get to see people and these are the type of relationships, if some of them I will not have seen since last year at convention. But when you stop and start talking, man, it's like that year, those 12 months, that separation doesn't exist, because these are the type of friendships that God has given me and blessed me with, and I'm super excited about that. So the fellowship next week, I'm really looking forward to. But also, new season with CNS, and just some exciting things that will be happening. Last year, a lot of highlights from last year. I was honored to be invited to the SGMA meeting, the Southern Gospel Music Association, and I got voted onto the board and became an official SGMA board member last year. And so I get to roll in this year, go to the meeting and be an official member of the SGMA, and that's just super, super exciting. I enjoyed that meeting last year and really looking forward to being back in there with that this year. So let's talk about a couple things on the main stage throughout the course of the week. On Monday night, Thursday night, and Saturday night, the Booth brothers will be on the main stage, and Michael Booth has been with us the last 2 years. CNS 22. CNS 22. He came in, did a concert for us on Monday night. Man, that turned into him calling me and asking if he could come and stay more than one day with us at CNS 23. And last year at the Quartet Convention, Michael and I got to sit down and talk, and he was so excited, and we talked about CNS 23, and he did. He came in and was with us all week long, and he'll be back with us at CNS 24. So it's exciting that Monday night, Thursday night, Saturday, the Booth brothers will be main stage. You need to check them out. Wednesday night and Thursday night, Jonathan Wilburn. Jonathan came in this past year and again did a concert with us, stayed around a couple of days, did some teaching, and has asked if he could come back. I mean, you know what? When Michael Booth and Jonathan Wilburn say, "Hey, Robbie, can I come back?" I don't tell them no. I mean, what an honor it is for them to come in. And you know what? CNS is so special. They come in, they're affected by CNS, and it's something they're excited about and want to be a part of. So Jonathan will be back with us at CNS 24. So he'll be taking the stage on Wednesday and Thursday. And the cool thing with Jonathan is James Rainey, another CNS staff member, plays for Jonathan. And James has been on our staff now 2 years. And it's exciting with Jeff. We've just come through celebrating. I don't know about celebrating, but honoring, a 2-year anniversary of Jeff going home. And I can't help but think of all of the times with NQC that I was part of. I played main stage with Jeff Stice with 4 different groups over the years. And so I can't help but at this time, at NQC, really think about him. We're coming right off again the anniversary. And when we started to see some growth in the spring of 21, and we shared the story on last week's podcast, I had talked with Jeff. I said, hey, as the school continues to grow, who should we bring in on the piano staff? And first name out his mouth was James Rainey. So not that we replaced Jeff, because you can't. We were faced with the same thing in 20 when my dad passed away. I mean, you can't replace a Charles Novell. You can't replace a Jeff Stice. But we're moving forward, and we fill the position, and we bring on staff members to help us in those areas. So James came on and has just done a great job the last 2 years. So James will be part of that Wednesday and Thursday main stage performance with Jonathan. And then also on Wednesday night, Danny Funderburk will be taking the main stage. And Danny has taught for us multiple times over the years. And Danny was in Perfect Heart. I got to travel with Danny. I love Danny. Absolutely my favorite tenor. Sorry, Michael, if you're listening, to ever sing gospel music. The entire first year that I traveled with Perfect Heart, I literally stood back there every night going, that's Danny Funderburk. And because I was a huge fan of Danny singing before I joined Perfect Heart, the cathedral years, the Singing American years, even before the cathedrals. So Danny takes the main stage on Wednesday night. Such an honor there. But here's where it gets even cooler for the week. Again, and this year will be unique and different. It's really cool for me. I already mentioned I kind of roll in official SGMA member this year, so I'll be part of the induction ceremony on Tuesday for the SGMA Hall of Fame and Museum, and 4 amazing candidates for this year's class. And I'm just honored and excited to be part of this and to celebrate these 4 individuals this coming week. But one of them is just super, super special. Those inductees this year are Sue Dodge, Norman Holland, and Reagan Riddle. And the 4th one is Danny Funderburk. Danny gets inducted into the Hall of Fame this week at NQC on Tuesday. So it's just going to be a special, special, special day. It's really cool in my first year as an SGMA member to see a guy that I got to travel with get inducted into the Hall of Fame and museum. So just an honor. It's going to be a fun day on Tuesday. Now, every morning back in the food court area, the NQC holds what they call the artist showcases. And the last 3 or 4 years, honestly, those morning artist showcases have been honestly the highlight of the week for me. I just love going back there and visiting with people and hearing some great singing. And the last 4 years, I've been honored to be a part of the artist showcase and be able to perform back there. And that's been a really, really cool opportunity for me. Different because all these years I've been in groups and I'm up there by myself playing the piano. But it's been really, really fun and really, really cool. And super excited about this for NQC23. Those artist showcase, I get to host and MC the Monday and the Tuesday artist showcase. So I'm going to be up there introducing everybody. I'll probably tell a joke or two. And listen, if you've been blessed to hear my jokes, that's enough reason to show up Monday morning and Tuesday morning. Artist Showcase take place from 9:30 to 11:30. They're free, open to the public. If you're around, come back there in those mornings and be part of things. But it gets better. It gets better and better and better. This is like one of those late night infomercials. If you order within the next 15 minutes, no. So I get to host and MC. I do still get to play and perform. I'm going to open with a number, and then I'll close at the end of the showcase. Each day there's a panel of judges, and they pick a winner from that day's showcase, and the winner of that showcase gets to perform on main stage in that evening concert. So while the judges are tabulating, I'll play a closer at the end. So Monday, Tuesday, I host. The rest of the week, I'm privileged to be on that panel and help find that winner to go to the main stage. But the other cool thing that's happening during the week, we are playing a promotional video each day before the showcase starts on CNS24. We get to let the room there know and see what the Charles Novell School of Music is, and get to talk to them about the school. So super, super excited about that. So then on Tuesday, again, I'll be hosting MC, and so I'll do an opener, but we're going to have a special group to do the closer that day. And I already mentioned we got so many staff members there that week. We're going to have a CNS group that will be doing the closer on Tuesday at the Artist Showcase. So if you're around, come out, be part of those showcases with us. The final thing, and this is super, super exciting, we will on Saturday, as the showcases conclude, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, we're going to be listening, we're going to be watching, and we, in addition to the artists that win and go main stage, we're going to be offering 3 additional prizes during the week. And those prizes are full scholarships to CNS 24. So we're going to be able to award a scholarship to cover their cost to 3 individuals, new students that are part of that showcase this week, to be at CNS 24. So just super, super, super excited about that, what's going to happen back there during the week. And a couple other things with the Artist Showcase. We have, counting myself, and then we already have the staff group I just told you about, but I'll be performing on Monday and Tuesday. Jim Quayles will be performing back there in the Artist Showcase on Tuesday, another CNS staff member. And then Jim Sheldon, the Positive Cowboy CNS staff member, will be performing on Friday as a soloist, and also with his quartet, the Music City Quartet. They'll be taking the stage on Friday as well. Then we have 2 CNS students that are going to be part of the Artist Showcase this year. And again, just super exciting for me to, sit back and watch them do what God's called them to do. And on Wednesday, Jim Visser from Michigan will be performing. And then on Saturday, Tori Gay will be performing. And another cool thing, since CNS concluded in July, I mentioned a couple podcasts ago, we've received multiple calls from ministries looking for talent, looking to replace a member or looking to fill a position. And one of those calls came from Biblical Times Theater there in Pigeon Forge. And I reached out to 3 of our students, and I think one of them followed up on it, which was Tori, and she got hired. So, hey guys, if you're in Pigeon Forge, she's definitely hired on through the Christmas season. So if you get a chance to be there and catch any of those Christmas shows at Biblical Times, you'll see Tori and see her doing her thing. So we've got students, we've got staff members, all part of those Artist Showcase. We have multiple staff members on main stage throughout the entire week. We are located there in the convention hall at booth 134 or 136. We've had both. So, but they're right there together. When you come in the main doors and you start walking and go to your right, we're going to be right there in front of you. So if you're at the Quartet Convention, stop, say hello, greet us. Let's spend some time talking. Again, the fellowship is one of the highlights of the week for me. We've got new information on CNS 24 that we will be giving out that week. We will have all of our product there, all of our teaching from all of our books to all of our vocal exercise CDs. We have beginning piano books. We have a beginning piano book and a beginning guitar book. And the unique thing about them, they are designed for the gospel or the Christian musician. Every song in the book that is taught is a Christian song, an old hymn of the church that you're going to be able to relate to. And, I wrote the books, put them together. So my philosophy was this: as you're learning to play, let's learn songs that you can actually play. So we have those there. We have a singing book called Sing High, Sing Low. We have a book on the Nashville number system. I have an arrangement book of my dad. So we've got Charles Novell arrangements for you pianists that you can get. We have a piano improv book. We have a sound and audio book. Stop by, see us about those. We have vocal exercise CDs for all vocal parts, alto, tenor, bass, soprano, lead, even some contrabass, a lower bass range. So stop and grab those from us. We have all those actually available as well on USB drives. So if you are moving past the CD phase and stage and you have moved on to USB drives, you can actually also get those vocal exercise CDs from us on USB drives. Okay. We also have ebooks that are available for download. So stop by, talk to us about that. We are offering a special. If you have never attended CNS, this is for first-time CNS students. We're offering an NQC23 special. If you've maybe thought about CNS, but you've never been able to attend, stop by. If you're that first-time student and you have an interest in CNS, stop by and talk to us about the special discount and deduction off of your tuition that we are doing just for this week, just while we're here at NQC. So really looking forward to the week. Stop by, say hello. And when you do, you know what? I bet you before you leave, you're going to realize that NQC and you're attending NQC is going to make it what? Your best day yet. Y'all be blessed. We'll talk soon. Thanks for listening to the Charles Novell School of Music podcast, The Best Day Yet. You can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter under the name the Charles Novell School of Music. And for more information on CNS and our upcoming events, like our online school, our weekend regional sessions, our creative coaching, and our pastor's retreat, you can visit us at our website at www.cnsmusic.com. As you've listened to this episode, we hope that you've gained some information that you can apply to your music and to your ministry to make today the best day yet.